we talked about the promise. We're talking about the Christmas story. And today I want to talk about why he had to be born in Bethlehem. Very important. A lot of us watching this segment today probably wouldn't even know about Bethlehem or even heard about Bethlehem if Christ had not been born there. But there's a lot of information I want to share with you today on why God chose Bethlehem. Bethlehem is a small little town. The Bible talks about, I believe it's in Micah 5 verse 2. It says, "But thou Bethlehem, thou be a little amongst the nations," or amongst the rulers of Israel, "whose going forth have been from old and from everlasting." So what is Micah saying? Micah is predicting Christ to be born in Bethlehem, and he is saying that it is a very small town. So geographically it's about 5 miles south of Jerusalem. The interesting thing about Bethlehem, I want you to listen to what I'm about to say. One of the reasons why God chose Bethlehem is because for thousands of years the spotless lambs were raised in Bethlehem. This is where the priest would raise these special sheep for them to be slaughtered on the Day of Atonement. So God knew that his son, watch this, because of his providence, had to be born in the same place, because what is Christ called? He is called the spotless lamb. So he had to come out of the same place that the sacrificial animals would be born out of as well. Also, he had to come out of Bethlehem as well, because prophecies foretold that he would come out of Bethlehem. Because a prophecy, when God gives a prophecy, it's got to come to pass. A prophecy is not, it might happen. A prophecy is, it must happen. And that's what you have to understand. So Bethlehem, in the Bible, it talks about Boaz and Ruth come out of Bethlehem. Right? So it says that the lineage of David comes out of Bethlehem. Now watch this. God, in all of his providence, listen, when you study the census, Rome had never done a census before in their whole history until the day that they predicted or did the census. Why did they do the census? Because the Roman army was growing so fast that they needed money and they had to have money. So they started doing a census. Caesar Augustus was the one that wrote the law that there would be a census done. If he had done it 30 days prior, or 3 months prior, or 30 days after, or 3 months after, guess what would have happened? Joseph and Mary would have never ended up in Bethlehem to hear that there's no room for them in the inn. Isn't God sovereign? Isn't God amazing how he can orchestrate everything in their life to get them where they need to be at so prophecy is fulfilled? God is an awesome God. And I want you to know something. When God says something, it's got to come to pass. Guys, God bless you. Hope you enjoyed.